programming of Python. And then we went to the AWS cloud. Technically, on AWS cloud, we have seen how to launch the infrastructure, which is technically the instance on the top of cloud. So EC2 is one of the service. We have used it over there to launch the server technically on the top of cloud. So the duty of this particular service is to provide us a server over here, right? They also provide us, this is technically, guys, this server in the world of cloud is technically called as instance, right? So if you want to launch any instance, any operating system on the server or technically server on the top of cloud, we have one service called as EC2 as a service. They help us to provide us the entire RAM, CPU, hard disk, what type of operating system we want, everything we can provide it over there, right? In the last class, we have seen this same over there, but if I just want to quickly show you one more time, here I'm going to use a different instance today. So technically, this is my AWS console dashboard, which means ये console है, ये home screen है AWS console का, and on this console I can go and search for EC2 as a service. So this EC2 as a service, I want to go and see it. Right now, I want to see my dashboard. So in this case of dashboard of EC2, right now 0 instances are running, which means there is no instance running in my state over here, even though there are no instance. And let me cross check the region also here. So हो सकता है ये ओसाका रीजन है, ये ओसाका रीजन में कोई भी इंस्टेंस यहाँ पे क्रिएटेड नहीं है. I want to check in Mumbai, possibility might be some instances stop or terminate state would be present over there. Let me cross check one more time. Some instance which we lost in the which we launched in the last class is right now stopped in this particular case, right? But this instance was Amazon Linux. This was not any other different Linux. Today I am going to launch Red Hat Linux over here, right? Maybe I want to give this name as a OS1 as a name. So first thing, guys, we require to launch operating system is to give a AMI image. This is very, very crucial. Without AMI image, guys, we cannot launch the instance. So Amazon machine image by default decide what type of operating system is required, and every operating system or any of the AMI image here, they have given some AMI ID, and this AMI ID is different in all the regions. So might be a possibility, might be a possibility in Mumbai as a region and in maybe in Osaka as a region. Both the cases, if you search for Amazon Linux, so ID in Mumbai will be different and ID in the Osaka will be different, even though we launch the same operating system. So even we have a same flavor of operating system, we launch it, but there is a high possibility that that not possibility, actually the ID of both the instance AMI ID will be different in all the regions, right? So by chance, different regions have a different ID of the AMI. So this AIMI ID is very, very important, guys. We whenever we want in the near future, which means in the today's class. So I am launching this instance manually, but I don't want to launch this instance manually here. Instead, what I want my Python to go on top of Linux, right? And not on the Linux, go on top of AWS cloud, and they go and launch the instance for me. I don't want to launch it the graphically way, right? So this instance will be launched by a Python as a programming language, and technically we are going to use one of the library of Python, which is technically called as Boto3. Very, very important library, guys. This helps us to automate the entire infrastructure on, like, for example, entire instance we want to launch it on the top of cloud, it can be done over there using this library. Not just instance, other services also. So whatever service of AWS cloud, you guys know it, right? Can go and use it, all the services using a Python code. Now, now coming back to the same practical. So this AMI ID at the time of launching the instance using Python code, we might need this AMI ID. This is very, very important. We might need this AMI ID over here, right? Then scroll down, they ask you, so by chance, I don't want to go for Amazon Linux. I want to go for Red Hat Linux operating system. So Red Hat Linux, I want to go and use this, it's Linux over here. Okay, this has a different AMI ID, guys, okay, and it was published in 25/5/2026. Right. If you see the instance type, I will go for free tier. 2 CPU, 1 GB RAM is more than enough in our case. Then it's asking me for key value pair. So I can give any key value pair. So I'm selecting this key value pair over here. Then this is your firewall setting. Do you want to allow HTTPS traffic? Do you want to allow HTTP traffic? So I'm allowing all the traffic over here. Then that's it, guys. You can select how many number of instance you wanted, whether you want 2, whether you want 4, whether you want 100. So you guys can select n number of instances from here, right? I want to go and launch only one instance. So I'm selecting the instance one over here in my case. So I click on launch instance. What will happen? This code will run and they'll go and launch the instance on the top of cloud. So you can see OS1, this is one instance, it is running on the top of cloud, right? And it is running in the region of Mumbai. It is not running to any other different region. So it is technically refresh it. It is running up and running. Now, if I try to connect this instance, we can click this instance. I said I want to connect it. To connect this instance, again, I want to click on connect this option. It will technically fail over here. See, you will receive this kind of error. Why you receive this kind of error? ये error आपको क्यों आ रहा है? It is because, guys, by chance, Amazon Linux is created by the same company who has created the M Cloud. So Amazon Linux and Amazon Cloud are both the same thing. So AWS and Amazon Linux, they are created by same company, both the company called as Amazon. So what they have done is, guys, so by chance they support Amazon Linux connection from the browser. So you can directly give the capability to Amazon Linux instance that it can go and connect it from the browser. But other instance like Red Hat Linux, Ubuntu Linux, maybe Alpine Linux, maybe Fedora Linux, maybe Kali Linux, maybe not just Linux, maybe talking about Windows, maybe talking about Mac. So all the different operating system here, they don't give the capability. Only and only Amazon Linux has the capability that you guys can connect this instance from the browser. राइट इट डज नॉट मीन वी कैन नॉट कनेक्ट द इंस्टेंसेस इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि अगर हम रेड हैट लिनक्स ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम लॉन्च कर रहे हैं या विंडोज लॉन्च कर रहे हैं या मैक लॉन्च कर रहे हैं हम उसको कनेक्ट नहीं कर पाएंगे इसका कोई इसका मतलब ये नहीं होता है इसका मतलब ये है कि इसको कनेक्ट करने के लिए डिफरेंट अप्रोच वी हैव टू यूज इट सो वी टेक्निकली वी हैव टू यूज अ रिमोट कनेक्शन ओवर हियर. So for connecting remotely, remote connection means one instance running in Mumbai. And from Mumbai, I want to connect from Jaipur. For example, I'm sitting in Jaipur. From Jaipur, I want to connect this instance sitting in Mumbai, which is running in Mumbai. So why this? We use one protocol here, which is technically called as SSH as a protocol. So this SSH protocol, secure shell protocol, helps us to go and connect the system remotely in our case. So with this running in Mumbai and I'm connecting it in Jaipur over here, right? So remote connection, we can go and do it. So SSH command is available here. But one thing you have to make sure, guys, you need a key here for login. So this is the same key which we have used it to launch the instance. Right? So at the time of launching the instance, whatever key we have given it here, same key we have to use it in our case. For example, this is the key which I used it. This is available in my downloads folder. So I'll open one of the tool called git bash and I'll go to my downloads folder. where my do downloads folder, where my this key is available, right? So if I can find it also, this key, but this key I have downloaded in my downloads folder only. So first step, you have to locate your private key. Second step, you have to give a executable power to this particular file. So chmod 400, the key which we used it, whatever key name was. So this is the key name. So I'm removing this part and removing this part also from here. So press enter, they have given the executable part. And now you can give the entire EC2 instance example. So by chance, if you know SSH command or you don't know it, they have already given this example here. You can copy this command and you can enter it. Paste it here and press enter. So they're asking me, do you want to connect? This is actually the SSH option. So I said yes, I want to connect. And see, as soon as I press yes, I am connected to EC2 instance here. See, good part about this is Red Hat Linux. This is not Amazon Linux. So Red Hat Linux, they don't give the capability, or any other Linux other than Amazon Linux, they don't give the capability to technically go and connect it from the browser, right? So they didn't give this capability other than Amazon Linux to go and launch the infrastructure connected from the browser over here, the instance, right? Now let's move to the next part. So technically I'm connected here to one of my instance which is running on the top of cloud, right? Now this instance we have created manually, right? This is not pure automation. I don't want this to be having 100% automation. This is not automation, this is pure manual step. So if you remember, if we noted down all the manual step, first step is we selected AMI ID. Then we selected what is the type of the instance, right? Then we can also select, guys, what is my key name, which key I want to use it to, technically called as key name. I used it over there. Then one more thing I selected is, guys, what is my maybe uh, tags, also name of the instance, number of instance we selected, how many number of instance we wanted, number of instance, right? So all this information we have given manually via dashboard, but we don't want this now. This is not automation. Instead, what we want is that instead, on our behalf, Python should go, all right, a Python technically code should go behind the scene. This is called a SDK, which is software development kit. Technically Boto 3 SDK will go, right? Go to the AWS cloud, API services of AWS cloud, of their cloud, and give them the instruction. Give them an instruction that I want to launch one EC2 instance over there, right? And this instance via API, they will receive the information, right? Before this, we have authentication also, guys. So all the authentication part, which I already told you in the world of Python code, will happen through AWS command line tool, which is technically by using AWS configure command. So Boto 3 जो ऑथेंटिकेशन करता है वो AWS configure के थ्रू करता है in our system, right? So entire authentication will happen here with first. Then after authentication, they will go to the AWS cloud. And from there, guys, they will go and connect to API services of AWS. And then they will go and maybe call EC2 API cases behind the scene wherever it is running. And they will tell them to launch one instance, and it will run and go and launch the instance over there. So this entire part we did manually, but I don't want to do and give this manually. Instead, I wanted to do by Python code over here, right? To this, we have one library available called Boto 3. You guys can go and search it about on the Google, Boto 3 library. Press enter. So you can find the documentation of it, which is by py.org. This is the official URL. You can select and go to the documentation also of it. So when we go to a documentation, this is again Boto 3, using Boto 3, installing, configuring SQS, tons of examples. You guys can find it out over here, right? So many examples available in this case. I can go and check or any of the examples. You see so many reference document they have given it over here, right? So what I don't want to go to services. I don't want to go for user guide, right? Instead, I want to create my own EC2 instance using S3. So multiple examples already available here. You guys can go and use it. But instead of using it, I want to create it from the scratch. So this instance is already running. Let me stop this instance. So maybe I can go and terminate the instance, or I can run one command called init0. Init0 technically means, guys, power off the system in the command of Linux. So we'll see here after some time, this instance which was running will be stopped, right? This instance which is running will be stopped over here. See, instances. So this instances are running. Maybe they automatically restarted the instance. We have closed the SSH connection, but I want to just quickly stop the instance. So I can stop it from the browser also, from the dashboard. Instance state, I want to make it stop. Click on stop. They have initiated a stop over here in our case. So now what happened? This instance will be stopped. I don't want to go and much invest my time. Now I am going to open my new Python terminal in the same directory, and let me launch a Jupyter notebook over here. Okay, so now in this case, I have 5 days code we have created. Let me create it at day 6 over here. I'm creating it as a day 6, just giving a name to it, day 6.ipynb. Now in this case, I am going to import one library, but before this, I want to check whether this library is installed or not. So I can go and find the documentation, or otherwise I can see what is the name of the library. By chance, name of the library is also Boto 3. Package name, not library name. Library name and package name is both the same. So copy this from here and let me install it. Pip install Boto 3. What happening? They installed the entire library for me here. Even if some components were missing, so they have updated it also. They have installed these libraries and now it is working perfectly fine, right? Now I'm going to import this library in my browser. So I'm in my code. So I'm quickly adding multiple cells here. Maybe I'm telling here heading Boto 3. That's it. So I'm going to import this library called Boto 3 as a library. So what happened? This library is imported in my case over here. Okay. Now in this case, I want to import one more library. So there's one more library called Boto Core. So inside Boto Core, guys, there's one more library called exceptions for exceptional handling. I'm importing this library here. It is called as client error. So जो भी error आएंगे वो हम इस error के through retrieve कर लेंगे इस library को. ठीक है? So this is one important part over here in my case. So now in this case, अगर आपको library को clear करना है, but before this, make sure guys you do AWS configure. So configure, enter. Asking me for access key and secret key. So I'll go to my IAM user in my dashboard. I'll create the user in my previous class. I already created one user, maybe Boto 3 as a user. So in this case, I used it 2 days before, but in your case, you guys might have not used it. So let me create a new access key here quickly. So a command line case, accepted, click on next, click on create access key, and it is created. So access key entered. I'm pausing my screen share for a second so that my this account secret key is not exposed. So I'm pausing it and I'm entering my secret key here, even though it is passing it in a clear text. Let me remove it over from here. So I just my screen share was paused for a second. So I entered all the details and then coming back here, this all details are removed. Okay. So in this case, all the details entered. Let me close this command from now. So behind the scene, AWS will use Boto3 will use this access key and secret key to go and connect for the authentication purpose. Now in this case, let's come back to the code here. Let me create one function, guys. So before better practice would be I'll create one function. So function I'm creating launch maybe instance function. Just a name of the function I'm giving it. So what this function should do, first thing is guys, it will go and launch the EC2 function. So whenever you create one document and if you want somebody who use it, so they have to write a doc string. So doc string also you can write it. For example, I'm writing this is used for launching the EC2 instance. EC2 instance on AWS Cloud. That's it, just some doc string I'm writing it here. So whatever first line we write in triple inverted commas here is technically called as doc string inside it, right? So I can write my name also here. For example, created by my name, right? So this is created over here in this case. Just a doc string. Now I want to connect and do the authentication in my case. So for connection purpose, guys, we can do one thing. There is one function in AWS Cloud which is called as client. So let me create one variable here called EC2 client variable. So inside Boto3, there is one function called client as a function. So client, they have to tell here who is our client. If I press shift tab, this is actually doc string, guys. So this doc string is telling me it requires arguments, what it want to launch. So I'm telling I want to launch a instance here called EC2 as an instance. And here it required region name. So I'm creating one variable region, region underscore name. So this region name will be coming from your AWS Cloud. So my AWS Cloud here, it will ask me for the region name. So here I am selecting the region name as AP South 1. So this is the same code, AP South 1. AP South hyphen 1. So AP South 1 over here in this case, right? So AP South 1 is one of the instance which I have given it here. Now this is where actually this all values I am storing it inside the client variable. Now I can do one thing. I can write one more code here. For this, better would be we write an exceptional handling. They will try to go and launch the code here. So in this case, I want to tell them to try something. So what try will do? Try will technically launch the instance for here for us, right? So I'm telling go on maybe response as a variable, right? Response as a variable, and in this case I'm telling I want you to go and launch the instance. So in this response variable I'm storing who is my client. So for example, inside this client we have multiple different values. So client, what we want to do, so inside this, do we want to run the instances, do we want to stop the instances? So there are so many different options available inside it. So I'm here one more option. Actually it should be client is called run instances. Just a name, guys, nothing big deal. Otherwise we can find this example also on on the console. So if we can search for Boto3 library EC2 instance launch, they'll open some documentation run in underscore instances. So this is the client inside client we have run underscore instances. You see, client run underscore instances, right? So the client we created it over here in my case. Right? So this is one of the keyword. I just cross check it. No need to memorize, guys, because most of this time this keyword will keep on changing and you don't have to worry about it over here, right? Right? So this is, don't I have to worry about it in this case. So go and just check the documentation. It is always a good practice. It is always a good practice to go forward with. Correct. So this is the keyword run underscore instances. So this is what we have written it over here. This is actually the function. Now inside this function, we have to pass lot more details over here, right? So you can see this example. In this example, they're telling me we have to write pass so many options. We have to pass what is the availability zone, what is the instance ID, what is the instance name. Otherwise, we can press shift or tab also. It will also open the documentation of it. So shift and tab. 1 second. Shift and tab is not opening it here. Otherwise, let me write it into one single line instead of writing in function. Let me first run this block of code. Then this instances will come up over there. So run instances and then shift and tab. They are then instances. It requires all the option over here. Right, so you can create multiple different instances here. For example, this is the same documentation they're opening. See, so you have to type what is the instance type, what is the instance name, what is the instance uh, AMI ID. So all the details we have to mention it over here, right? So let me pass all the details one by one. First detail which I'm entering is instance, maybe image ID. IMAG image ID is one of the keyword, right? So in this case, I am going to my EC2 and here I am clicking on launch instance, launch without walkthrough. For just copying the MID, I'm not launching it. This is in the Mumbai region and I'm looking for Amazon Linux. So copy this AMI ID, right click, copied, paste this AMI ID over here, right? This is the first thing we have to give it. Second is, guys, instance type. What type of instance we want to give it over here? So I'm telling I want to give the instance type in my case, maybe T3 micro, T3 nano, whatever instance we want to give it here. So I want to give the instance type called T3.micro. This is one of the instance type. So I'm just select any of the instance type, whatever you want to give it, T3.micro. Right. So my case, where is my instance? T3 micro, 2 CPU and 1 GB RAM. Every instance they have given a name, T2 small, T2 C7I flex large, M7I flex large. Likewise, they have so many other difference available. So I'm going for T3 micro. This is one very important part. And we key value pair. So for key value pair, there's one more keyword called my key. So key name is the keyword, and I'm telling here key name is my key. So by chance it is running and stored in the different folder. So I need to download that particular and to quickly find where this key is present. So maybe let me search it from my name quickly where it is the key. So, just give me 1 second, guys. Pausing my screen share for a second. I'm just finding that particular key. So yeah, this is the key. By chance we get it. So copy this key and pasted this key also in the same location. So one key copied just for my purpose so that I can give the key name over here. So inside this is the key, right? But extension is, guys, always PAM. So PAM key, I want to give it over here. Then I will give what is the minimum count. So there's multiple keywords, minimum count. I'm sending 1 and maximum count. The minimum एक ही होना चाहिए और maximum count जो है वो भी 1 ही है in this case, right? So multiple examples पे आपको इसके कीवर्ड मिल जाएंगे. If you find it out, maximum count. So yeah, max count is one of the variable. How I know it? Maybe I have practiced it more than multiple times over here. Otherwise, यहाँ से भी आप लोग इसको कॉपी कर सकते हो. So security group, subnet को अगर हमें सब देना है तो ये भी हम दे सकते हैं. But I want to go for text specification. Right. So in this case, let me copy this block of code and let me paste it here. So this is instance is 1, and inside this I'm going for text specification. So this square bracket started, 1 2 square bracket started, 1 bracket close. Where is the round block? So it will run inside this. So 1 block is remaining to close. Let me cross check. ये यहाँ से यहाँ तक, ये यहाँ से यहाँ तक एक कर्ली ब्रैकेट और एक स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट क्लोज करना पड़ेगा हमें. एक कर्ली ब्रैकेट और एक स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट. Then this entire block of code will run it over there inside our case. So I'm just giving that resource type here called instance. Tag आप कुछ भी दे सकते हो guys. Key value pair, what is your key? Maybe key, and I want to give it as a name. Right. Value, maybe I want to give it as not test, maybe Boto3. Just a name I'm giving it over here in my case. इसको आप चाहो तो एक सिंगल लाइन में भी पास कर सकते हो एज अ डिक्शनरी. This is not a big deal. Right, but I may pass it in a one single line. So this is key, this is name, this is value, this is Boto3. So one key value pair created in my case over here in this. Now this is not be a comma, this start from here, this will close till here. So this x comma is extra, we can delete this comma. I mean, close it here, and it closes here, and it closes here. So a few information which I just given it here in this instance. Now I can give multiple other options, right? What is the instance ID I want to give it? So I can give that also, maybe uh, whatever output this will give me. So in this I can retrieve the ID of instance also. How to retrieve it? Very simple. I can tell here instance underscore ID is equal to maybe जो भी response नाम का variable है इसमें जो भी वैल्यू आ रही है inside response, there is one option called instance, not instance type, instance over here, and let me double quote this, or is case 0, it's like an array guys. You will understand this once I proceed with the output part here. So if I run this code, it will store and retrieve instance ID from there. Right, so it will store the instance ID, and it will, maybe I can print the instance ID also over here. Maybe I'll print one statement, instance launch, or I can give the ID also of the instance. So maybe pass it as f string. F string, तो जो भी instance का ID रहेगा, instance launch, double inverted comma, instance underscore ID. I saved it over here quickly. And now what I want it to return maybe instance underscore ID. This is one thing over here. So this block will run from here to here. And after the try block will run, I want it to run the except block. So if something happens, maybe technically client error नाम से एक error होता है guys. अगर ये error आता है तो as उसको हम स्टोर करेंगे e वेरिएबल में, और यहाँ पे हम प्रिंट कर लेंगे क्विकली maybe failed to launch instance, और इंस्टेंस की हम लोग यहाँ पे जो भी एरर आ रहा है उसको एरर को यहाँ पे पेस्ट कर देंगे. तो डबल इन्वर्टेड कॉमास e over here in this case. So what happened? It will go and print it, and it will also return return none over here in my case. So empty return kar dega. That's it. So function created. Now in this function, I want to launch the instance. So I can go and see launch underscore instance, and let me run it. So you failed to launch the instance and occurred invalid key pair found when calling the instance option. The key value, this is not, does not exist. This is one of the challenge. So actually this key value pair, I updated it right now. So for this, either I need to restart the kernel, and let me restart the kernel. And one more thing, guys, it's good practice. This is becoming a bigger cell. So you can click on view option here and you can see show line number. So all the lines, any of the error, if something goes, it will tell us. So let me rerun the code from top. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I failed to launch. That key does not exist. Actually, this key we copied it over here. So that's the challenge, right? And let me either don't use any key value pair, or you can use any key value pair others also. So this key value pair is a challenge here in my case. I want to miss it now. So you can see instance launch. A good part is as soon as this code run, guys, automatically on the top of EC your AWS cloud. If you go and see on instances, you will see one instance running of name Boto3. See, even though I run it again, so I'm running this again one more time, new function called launch instance function. Run it again. Now new instance launch. You see, refresh your AWS cloud, Control Shift R, just refresh the page. One more instance of same name is running right now. See, one more instance I want to launch it. So multiple times you run it. If you run it one time, 100 times, 100 instance will launch. If you run it one time, one instance will launch. So I'm running for 3 times. So 3 instance will be running. See, if I refresh it now, all the 3 instance will be running. See, Boto3, Boto3, Boto3. And I don't want to use it. I don't want to waste the resources here. So I'm quickly terminating the instances right now. So one single click, guys, one code run, your entire code of Boto3 is running on like with the help of Boto3, your instance automated. So maybe in the near future, if you guys are working and deploying your servers, so might create a Boto3 library which will go and launch the infrastructure for you using Python as a code. Not just this, guys, we can do so many things with it. So I told you multiple times, Python is used almost everywhere on the day one of your classes. So I told you we have n number of applications with Python. So with Python, we launch the AWS instance on the cloud. Not just instance, we can go and launch SNS notification, maybe a lot more other services. As we proceed in further, you guys will go and understand it over there. क्या दिक्कत हो रही है? Guys, we actually had a drop for 1 second, some seconds over here, some audio. So nothing missed from our side. So actually, what I was telling here that Python we use it multiple ways in the near future also, and just cloud we can go and use it over any of the uses in the near future if we want to go and use it, right? So for example, let's move and see a lot more other things, guys, inside the world of Python. So what I want right now, whatever instance is running with this instance, I want Python to give a list of those particular instance to me, right? So what I'm doing is using, guys, just hold on for a minute, please. Okay, so let's continue back, guys. Now, also one more thing. If I go and see launch instances, so you can see I have written this doc string. This is triple inverted commas. So if you run this right now, Shift and Tab here, so this doc string will come up. See, this is like a doc string which we have written it over here. So maybe in the near future, if you create your own any of the functions, so always good practice, write a documentation also of it, so that in the near future, if anybody wants to go and use it, they'll go and use this particular uh, the documentation will help them to use this particular function, right? Now what I want, instead of launching the instance, I want to see one more like one more function I'm creating. So all the instances which will be running, I want to describe, I want to see the details of this particular instances. So technically I want to see all the details of that particular instance. So in this case, what I'm doing, I'm creating one function here called maybe get instance functions. Get instance, instance, maybe name, I want to retrieve it. So gets instance name. So it will take tags as an input, just a name as an input, and they will write all the names, like all the tags value over there. So if I'm just writing one function here, very simple, just we will get retrieve all the names of the instances. So if it is not stored in the tags, so whatever tags we have it, so these are technically called as tags, guys, like a name and all the tags we retrieve it. If it is not present anything inside the tag, just return like maybe any not available. This option is not available. I'm just giving a name n/a. So nothing nothing is present over here. So this is indentation error, and I press it and give it a proper indentation. So if it is present, not present inside the tag, I'll tell it. If it is present in the tag, so I'll like write a for loop. So inside the tags, let me store it in one variable called tag. So tag is a variable, and all the tags I want to do something over here. So first thing, let me close the for loop. I'll run the for loop. So if I'm writing one condition here, guys, if the tags, whatever tag we have given it, it is exactly equal to the maybe key name which we have given it. So we have given the key name here. So this tag I'm talking, guys, here about this tags. So inside this we have a key. This key, whatever the value has, उस की में से हमें नेम को निकालना है. If key is equal to name, so this is just a variable, I'm copying it from here and I'm pasting it here. So if key is equal to name, then it will return the tags for us, whatever tag has the value. So this value I'm copying it from here and pasting it. तो जो भी अगर टैग का की नेम है तो इसका हमें वैल्यू को रिटर्न करो. After returning it, I can tell this condition, it will return the entire block of code, will return maybe nothing to us, na, just a helper function I'm creating it here. It will do nothing for us right now. Right now in this function, I want to describe all the instances. I want to see multiple things about the instances. For example, I want to see what is the name, what is the state, what is the IP, what is the private IP, so what is the public IP, somewhat like a dashboard. I want to use it, so I'm just quickly creating one more function. So technically I want a dashboard, guys. So it will show me name, maybe instance ID, their name, their public IP, their private IP, their maybe region if I want it. So multiple column like something like this. I want to create it, the dashboard. The entire details I want to fetch it from my dashboard over here in Python. So using a Python code, I want to fetch it. So I'm just giving a name here called describe, maybe all instances, all instances. Right, just a name of the function. I'm creating it so that near future अगर हमें इसको बार बार यूज करना रहा तो हमें इसको बार बार क्रिएट करने की रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है फुल कोड को. आई कैन जस्ट कॉल दिस फंक्शन and I can use it somewhere other over there, right? So I print this function. This function will print table of all instances in AWS account. Not just like a helper string, docker doc string, I'm writing it over there. Now in this case, I will first tell EC2, same client which you have connected here, same client I'm connecting it here also. Client, every function, good practice, connect and refresh the state so that in near future, maybe if something goes wrong, so at that time, we have this code with us. So maybe every time they connect it, so it's always a good practice. They don't rely on us for having this. So this code is running from here to here. Maybe let me check the indentation of it quickly. Enter and here enter. Now I can write, maybe guys, good practice, always write the exception handling. So I'm telling them try to connect and response the same way this code I received it, guys. So I read it. So entire instance inside maybe response as a variable I'm creating here. So जो भी response रहेगा उसको हम response के variable में store करेंगे. So in this case, what I want inside EC2 client, there is one function, guys, called describe all instances. Yeah, describe instances is also one of the function. Describe instances. I want to describe all right now. So describe instances, maybe not underscore and describe underscore instances. So this function will describe all the details about our function, right? So what I want, let me quickly print something. Maybe f string, I'll pass the variable, maybe instance ID of all the instance, maybe should be less than 20, not more than 20. So this condition, I'm just writing one block of code. So this is actually the parenthesis part. Instance ID it will retrieve. So it is just print as it is less than 20 over here, and the name of the instance. So maybe name of this instance again should be less than 20 digit. So I'm just creating a table format. Name is also created. Maybe one more value I want to print it here called state. So state should be again less than 20 digit. So I can place state will be let start stop running. So it will be less than 12. Just a type I'm giving it. Maybe one more column I wanted public IP. So I want to retrieve public IP also. So it will be public IP. The public IP of the instance will be less than maybe 16 characters. It should not be bigger IP. So it's really 16 character. Maybe one more thing. Let's call private IP. It's also less than 16. So not more than this. I want it. I want all this information. Nothing big deal. Public IP, private IP, maybe type also I can retrieve it. So just saving it in the double inverted commas. So actually this should not come here. It should come here to here. And this I did a mistake. This should come till here, till here. Maybe also, guys, we can go for type also, or availability zone also if you want it. So you can select the type of the instance, whatever instance type we wanted, and whatever the value we wanted. So likewise, we can select multiple different values over here in this case. So I'm telling name, state, private IP, public IP. Let me go for instance state also. So I want to show me the instance state as well. So multiple bigger line items will be happening. So instance type also I wanted. Right. So state, public IP, uh, instance type, maybe let me give it as type here, just a name, single slash, and let me make it less than, for example, uh, 12 characters over here. And one more last thing, guys, maybe availability zone. So I'm just giving it as AZ is again should be less than 15. So all these values I have given it over here. So entire details given here, instance ID I think is written wrong. It should be here and this bracket should close here. Let me cross check. All the instance name is proper, state is proper, public IP is proper. Instance ID is not started with comma. Instance ID, and this is name, this is state, this is public IP. I can remove the space also, it will become better. In one single screen it will fit it. So let me check it here. Python, public IP, and in type availability zone. So this parenthesis, why it has come up here. It will not close here, it will close in the end. So last part, closing this quickly. So entire part may be passing in double inverted commas. So I can make it single inverted commas, guys. So inside double inverted commas, it will not work it here actually. So instead of double inverted commas, we have to make it single inverted commas here. So I can make that also. So quickly making it inside single inverted commas. Entire thing I'm passing it as a string. Just a heading, guys. It is a header. Just a type of header I'm giving it over here. And the string will start from here until here. Quickly, it will go and run it over there in our case. So just a kind of a header printed inside my table, and this table will go and retrieve the value. So maybe whatever values they are printing it, let me tell them to print maybe one kind of a hyphen. I'll print it so that dash kind of a thing, a field separator will be visible. I'm just making it as a dash. So print maybe double inverted comma hyphen. Let me multiply it to 100, 110. So whenever somebody call it, this function will run and will add just like a dot 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 like this, guys. So this table and then dot 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 hyphen 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 100 times they will go and give it over here, right? After this, whatever values we have retrieved it. Right now, guys, we're not retrieving the instance name and IDs and all the details over here. We're just passing the values of the instance. So what I want to apply a for loop. Maybe I'm creating one variable called reservation, just a variable name inside the response. So all the values which is retrieving, and inside this, I want to retrieve all the instance. So all the instance which is running in the variable called response. So response के अंदर नॉट सॉरी रिजर्वेशन में होगा एक्चुअली रिजर्वेशंस हम रिट्रीव कर रहे हैं रिस्पॉन्स में से और इसके अंदर जो भी वैल्यू प्रेजेंट होंगी इस रिजर्वेशन में अगर कहीं पे भी वैल्यू ऐसी प्रेजेंट हो जिसके अंदर इंस्टेंस आईडी हो तो उसको इस वेरिएबल में स्टोर कर देना तो इसको एक बार क्विकली हम लोग रन करते हैं sorry inside the reservation of all the instances. So I'm telling here inside the reservation of all the instances. So inside this I'm passing the list, one second, instances, saved and run it. So I'll just change their value. अगर हमारे पास instance ID है, अगर instance ID तो ये होंगी इसको हम सो एक्चुअली ये होता है instance underscore ID is stored in the instance variable. इंस्टेंस, 1 मिनट, INSTNC इंस्टेंस वेरिएबल में इसके अंदर एक कीवर्ड रहता है इंस्टेंस अंडरस्कोर आईडी. सो दिस वैल्यू इज टेक्निकली स्टोर्ड ओवर देयर. स्पेस नहीं देंगे इसके बीच में, इंस्टेंस आईडी ओवर हियर. सो ये जो भी वैल्यू रहती है रिट्रीव करेगा यूजर की, वो पहले उसकी इंस्टेंस आईडी रिट्रीव करेगा. लाइकवाइज हम सारे वैल्यूज को निकाल लेंगे. तो अगर हमें नेम रिट्रीव करना है तो हम पहले नेम रिट्रीव कर लेते हैं क्विकली. नेम, तो नेम टेक्निकली एक ऑप्शन होता है गेट अंडरस्कोर इंस्टेंस नेम. इसका यूज करके हम जितने भी हमारे इंस्टेंस है उसका उसके अंदर की वैल्यू को रिट्रीव कर सकते हैं. तो इंस्टेंस, इसके अंदर एक मेथड होता है गेट इंस्टेंस नेम. इसका भी यूज कर सकते हैं या फिर हम इसका टैग रिट्रीव कर लेते हैं क्विकली. तो गेट मेथड का थ्रू हम यहां से टैग्स को रिट्रीव कर सकते हैं. TAGS tags. So all the tags will be retrieved and stored inside the name variable over here. Right? अब maybe public IP retrieve कर लेते हैं यहाँ पे quickly. Public underscore IP, just a name I am giving it. Maybe state, let's me do. Instance का type हो गया, name हो गया, state कर लेते हैं पहले. State, and I want to retrieve state कर रहे हैं थर्ड कॉलम. तो इंस्टेंस आईडी हो गया, नेम हो गया, अब स्टेट की बारी है. तो स्टेट आई वांट टू रिट्रीव इट. तो इंस्टेंस के अंदर एक वेरिएबल होता है जिसका नाम है स्टेट. इसमें से हमें नेम रिट्रीव करना है. सो ऑलवेज जो कीवर्ड होते हैं जेसन फाइल में रिट्रीव करता है तो वो कैपिटल रहते हैं. तो स्टेट के अंदर नेम होता है. आई इफ अदरवाइज इफ यू रिट्रीव द वैल्यू तो आप वहां पे एज अ जेसन वैल्यू में चेक कर सकते हो. It will be the same over here. So I want to retrieve public IP also. So public underscore IP, just a name of the variable. And inside this, I'm telling instance, do one thing, use a get method, and here retrieve the public IP of the instance. So you'll find one variable called public public IP. Inside public IP address, retrieve the public IP address. If nothing is found, just tell n/a, क्योंकि बहुत से इंस्टेंस जो टर्मिनेट है उसका हमें पब्लिक आईपी आ जाएगा. अब सेम वे हम लोग प्राइवेट आईपी का भी कर लेंगे. एग्जैक्टली सेम वे, इंस्टेड ऑफ पब्लिक आईपी आई विल टेल इट एज प्राइवेट आईपी. अब इंस्टेंस में हम यहाँ पे गेट मेथड पब्लिक आईपी एड्रेस की जगह पे हम जस्ट हमें प्राइवेट करना है यहाँ पे, प्राइवेट आईपी एड्रेस. राइट, अगर ये होता है तो इट्स ओके, अदरवाइज इट विल प्रिंट नन. अब हमारा प्राइवेट हो गया. अब इसका टाइप है तो इसको एक वेरिएबल में स्टोर कर लेते हैं इंस्टेंस टाइप में. इंस्टेंस अंडरस्कोर टाइप, जस्ट अ वेरिएबल. आप कुछ भी वेरिएबल क्रिएट कर सकते हो. उसके अंदर जो भी इंस्टेंस है उसका हमें टाइप रिट्रीव करना है. तो उसके अंदर कीवर्ड होता है एक इंस्टेंस टाइप नाम से. सो अगेन दिस विल बी स्टोर्ड. नाउ अवेलेबिलिटी जोन चाहिए. तो अवेलेबिलिटी जोन I can tell of the instance. Inside the instance, there is one group called placement, and inside it we have a availability zone. AVAI. Just like a availability zone. One last thing, maybe इसके अंदर चाहो तो आप और भी ऐड कर सकते हो लॉन्च टाइम की, ये लास्ट टाइम कब लॉन्च हुआ था. टाइम भी ऐड कर देते हैं क्विकली, लॉन्च अंडरस्कोर टाइम. राइट, सो आई एम जस्ट क्रिएटिंग इंस्टेंस. इंस्टेंस के अंदर यहाँ पे एक ऑप्शन होता है लॉन्च टाइम नाम से. सो ये वैल्यू को हम रिट्रीव कर लेंगे हमारे इस पर्टिकुलर वेरिएबल. तो सारे वैल्यूज हमने एक्चुअली फॉर लूप के थ्रू ट्रैवर्स किया और इसको रिट्रीव कर लिया. राइट, अब ये होने के बाद इसको हम क्विकली प्रिंट कर देते हैं. तो जो भी वैल्यू हमने यहाँ पे रिट्रीव की है यूजर की, अब वो सारे वैल्यूज को हम यहाँ पे प्रिंट कर रहे हैं. तो ये वेरिएबल का नाम है गाइस. ये वेरिएबल का नाम वी हैव टू पास इट एग्जैक्टली द सेम. सो यहाँ पे स्ट्रिंग डबल इन्वर्टेड कॉमास कर्ली ब्रैकेट स्टार्ट. आई एम टेलिंग इंस्टेंस अंडरस्कोर आईडी should be less than 20 characters. Right? Then one second thing is name. तो हम यहाँ पे name की वैल्यू पास करते हैं name, and name should be again less than 20 characters. थर्ड वैल्यू इज स्टेट, तो हमने स्टेट नाम का ही वेरिएबल बनाया, तो स्टेट की वैल्यू भी हम लेस देन 12 कर देते हैं. राइट, सो लाइकवाइज वी कैन जस्ट क्रिएटिंग द एंटायर टेबल. तो ये स्टेट हो गया. अब यहाँ पे हम इसकी पब्लिक आईपी एंटर कर देंगे, पब्लिक अंडरस्कोर आईपी. इसकी वैल्यू मे बी लेस देन 16. अब इसकी वैल्यू नेक्स्ट प्राइवेट आईपी, इसकी वैल्यू भी लेस देन 16. अब मे बी टाइप, तो टाइप के लिए हमने इंस्टेंस अंडरस्कोर टाइप रखा है, तो इसी वैल्यू को पास करेंगे इंस्टेंस अंडरस्कोर टाइप, एंड दिस वैल्यू will be less than 12 digit. Just like a information I'm passing it here. Last is guys availability zone. So availability zone, we mentioned it should be less than 15 characters. So I'm telling it should be less than 15 characters. Right. So this entire information passed. Now I can print one more keyword which is technically launch time. So I can pass one more f string and I can tell here launch time is stored in a launch underscore time variable. That's it, guys. So my entire code is ready. Just by using for loop, we retrieved the entire code over here. Now in this case, this is try block. We can tell write a except block also here. So let me go and write a except block. So this will come from here to here. Except block. EXCEPT. तो अगर कोई भी क्लाइंट का एरर होता है, क्लाइंट एरर मे बी एज ई, तो इस वैल्यू को हम प्रिंट कर देंगे मे बी एफ स्ट्रिंग फेल्ड टू डिस्क्राइब इंस्टेंस, और जो भी एरर है उसको हम रिट्रीव कर देंगे, यहाँ पे शो कर देंगे. दैट्स इट गाइस, ये फंक्शन क्रिएट हो चुका है. सो इट इज इनवैलिड सिनैप फॉरगेट अ कॉमा, नेम इक्वल टू गेट अंडरस्कोर इंस्टेंस नेम, लाइन नंबर 16. वन सेकंड, अच्छा ओके. It is fine. What is the error? Let me cross check. Name is equal to instance 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 underscore name instance dot get and tags. It is fine. Why the variables I'm creating? Perhaps you forgot a comma. Uh, One second, guys. One second. Okay, let me read what exactly they're talking about, so I can troubleshoot it. Just give me 1 second. It should not ask me for get underscore instance underscore name. Maybe this is not the function actually. This is we're telling me instance dot get. Let me cross check one last time. I'm just checking here instance dot get tags. It's fine, right? 1 minute, okay. Guys, I think one challenge I did is actually it's not curly bracket. It should be, I think, round bracket. So that is one error I did. It might be. Let me run it. Yeah, that was the error. So I passed actually it as a dictionary. It should be as a parenthesis over here in this case. So one of the error which is technically was of this. Rest everything is fine, looks fine. Now I don't have to do nothing much. I'll just run the function and see all the instances, describe all instances. It should go and give the output here. So it's running. So this is technically for describe all instances for object type string. Actually, it should give me the output in the string only, but why it is giving the error? One, it is looks fine. Unknown format code is talking about this code here. Somewhere mistake was done. So f string inside double inverted commas, we pass the single inverted commas. Extra space might be the challenge. Let me remove the extra spaces, guys. This extra spaces might be the challenge. Name is given. State is also correct. Public IP looks correct. Private IP looks correct. Maybe type looks correct. And availability zone. Let me run it again. Let me run it. So what is the bug over here? Let me check it. Okay. So it's okay. I'm just creating the code. So might be a possibility there are some bugs. Let me check it, guys, quickly. So describe all instance is actually giving this error. Somewhere in my code I did some mistake. Let me cross check. Maybe, guys, this is actually might be another problem. Let me do one thing. Let me try a different approach here. Maybe let me create a variable here. Maybe header one is my instance ID. So the actually space might be the challenge. So let me store this value here. So control Z, one as a string I'm passing it here. This is one variable. Maybe header two is name. So I'm copying this value from here and just passing it inside a string. So this is my header two, third header. Let me create multiple headers. So I'm just creating one, two, three, four, five, six. Let me rename it. One, two, three. This should be four. This should be five. This should be six. Maybe this should be seven. Right. So name, state, and then public IP. Then maybe private IP. Then I'm storing the type of it quickly. So might be checking it here. One second. Type and then availability zone. So actually the version of Python which I'm using might not support this type of syntax. So it's the challenge. Otherwise, the latest version we are using it might be supporting. So let me remove this instance ID from here. Instead, let it tell header one, right? Then here maybe name is header two. State is header three. Public IP is my header four. Private IP will be my header five. This will be my header six, and availability zone will be my header seven, last one. Right. So all the values I am passing it over here. Let me run it now. It should work. Unknown format code object. Actually, this is the challenge. Why it is talking about the format. Maybe extra space I think is causing the challenge. So here this extra space might be the challenge. Right. So let me remove all the spaces, run it, run it. Yeah. So the header is printing now. So I see instance ID, name, state, public IP, private IP, type, and availability zone is printing. String index must be integer, not string. So for loop in the second for loop is giving a challenge. Let me cross check the second for loop now. What is saying? Integer must be integer, not string. So it will be as a string. For instance, in the reservation of instances, it's look fine. What is the challenge? What exactly is the challenge? For instance, in the reservation of instances, actually, for instance, one minute, last time, let me quickly check it, guys. So this function is technically describe the instance in this particular region. I will try to retrieve it. All the information is getting retrieved. Maybe this is the value actually giving the challenge. So that telling me this is should be integer, but it is retrieving as a string here. So I think uh, inside the list, whatever values they are storing it inside the maybe reservations and instance inside the reservation might work now. Let me cross check. I'm converting it here. Run it. Now actually this different error. So our error of availability zone. So that availability zone spelling is wrong. AVAILABILITY. Run it, run it, run it again. So my guy spelling is wrong. So 1 second. AVAILABILITY zone. So now spelling is right. So you can see all the instances now they have started describing it. Right. So right now they are stop state, create removed state. Even though I can add some more spacing also here. In my case, for example, I want to instance ID. I want to give them extra space. 22. Run it. Run it. See, little bit bigger space is coming up, and below every line they're telling me the launch time also of it. But after launch time, maybe I can print one more thing. I can print it maybe star multiplied by not star hyphen. I'll use it. It's not look underscore. Let me use it. Multiplied by earlier I multiplied it with 110. So let me multiply it with 110. So and see run it. So every line by line by line by line, it's look beautiful over here in this case, right? So one single click, अब जो भी इंस्टेंस आपके रनिंग होंगे AWS क्लाउड पे, सारी डिटेल्स को हमने फेच कर लिया है एक पूरे इंस्टेंस के अंदर, all the entire information inside the Python code over here. So even though I'm launching new instance here, guys, to launch instance function का use करेंगे. And see how many instance launching right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And as soon as I launch the instance, see I'm launching the instance launch. इसका ID ये है. This ID is there, and let me describe it now. So इसको जैसे ही हमने launch किया, यहाँ पे describe किया. Good part is real time it is fetching. See, it is running right now. Earlier ये instance सब terminated थे. See, very good feature. We are just extracting it, not to waste my resources. Let me terminate all these Boto3 instances. So let me terminate it manually. So right now I'm terminating it manually, right? But I don't want this to be terminated from my side. Maybe I want to start any one of the instances. तो हम जो भी इंस्टेंस है, मे बी बोटो3 नाम का एक इंस्टेंस है, उसको हमें स्टार्ट करना है. तो फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई एम टेकिंग द वैल्यू बाय डिफॉल्ट हियर कि जो भी इंस्टेंस है उसका हमें इंस्टेंस आईडी देंगे और ऑटोमेटिकली उस इंस्टेंस को हम स्टार्ट कर देंगे. तो दिस इज ऑल डिस्क्राइब इंस्टेंस, this is get instance, this is launch instance. Let me create one more file called as maybe start instance. So जो instance stop है उसको हम start करेंगे. To start instance, maybe I'll create one function called start function. Start underscore instance. Right. In this in start instance, I will first take the instance ID as an input. So I'll take this keyword as a para argument here. So I'm parameter as an input, instance underscore ID, just a name of the variable I'm giving it over here. So I'm telling here EC2 client, just EC2 client as a variable, and it will go to Boto3 and it will quickly retrieve a client function. It will retrieve all the values. So this client function which we have written from here in all the code, I'll copy this and I'll paste it over here. Paste this entire code over here. Right now inside this code, whatever try block I will write it, technically it will go and try it. So whatever response we had, so all that response I want to store it here, EC2 from EC2 client. I want to start the instance. So there's a function called start underscore instance. This will start the instance whenever we want to instance tell it. So instance ID would be technically stored instance underscore, maybe I can tell instance IDs is maybe we can store it inside a list as a list. here. So I'm storing it as a list. For example, जो भी वैल्यू यहाँ पे एंटर कर रहा है यूजर, वो सारे इंस्टेंस को, अगर एक एंटर कर रहा है तो एक इंस्टेंस को लॉन्च करो, दो एंटर कर रहा है तो दो इंस्टेंस को लॉन्च करो, तीन एंटर कर रहा है तो तीन इंस्टेंस को लॉन्च करो. Correct? So you can select. So instance underscore ID over here. So all the IDs it will get printed in this particular case, right? Now what I want inside this, I want to store the state also of the user. अगर जो उसका response है, जो भी आउटपुट आएगा, तो वहां पे अगर यहाँ पे हमें मेंशन करना है स्टार्टिंग इंस्टेंस. सो जो भी स्टार्टिंग इंस्टेंसेस रहेंगे उसको हमें उस लिस्ट में से एक्चुअली जीरो पोजीशन पे जो वैल्यू है उसको रिट्रीव करना होगा. और यहाँ पे हम पूरे जो अभी इसका करंट स्टेट होगा उसको भी रिट्रीव कर लेंगे. तो देयर इज अ वेरिएबल कॉल्ड करंट state variable. This will retrieve all the values. Even we can check the documentation of EC2 Boto 3, EC2 start instance. Is it EC2 start instance? So start underscore instance examples, we can find it out. And this example also they'll tell you whatever string instance IDs we want to retrieve it as a string. We want to retrieve the current state, all the parameters we can go and check it over here. So pending, running, shutting down, terminate, stop, all this information will be stored inside it. Right. So likewise, I am retrieving the different values. So current state अगर उसका जो भी instance का है वो भी हमें चाहिए और उस instance का name भी चाहिए. So all the information I am storing it over here. This is will tell technically starting instances. उसका zero position में current state, उसका name, everything will be retrieved over here. Now after this all values is retrieved, let me quickly print those values. So I'll tell instance and whatever the instance ID of it, sorry, instance underscore ID of this instance is now whatever the state is there. So state variable is value, whether it is starting, whether it is stopped. That's it. Just 3 lines of code and then we'll tell accept block. Maybe client के side से अगर कोई error होता है तो it will store it inside a variable called e and print maybe f string could not start instance, and I'm giving the instance ID. So whatever instance ID is there, instance ID and whatever the errors they have retrieved. So copied and created this function. Let me start let me first check all the functions. So let me list describe all instances. This function, let me run it so that I get all the instances right now. So right now I have all this instances terminated, out of which OS1 as a one of the instance which is stopped. Let me copy it and let me tell the start instances. So start instance, I want to start the instance called this is the instance. Run it. So name EC2 is not defined. Actually, this is giving the error. EC2 underscore client is the name. I have just written wrong. It is not dot, it is underscore over here. So I restarted this code. Let me describe the instance again. Instance ID will not change. Let me run the start instance character. So technically they're telling me some error here. So they're telling me EC2 object no whatever start underscore instance. Uh, Maybe it is not instance, it is instances, I think. Let me start it. Okay, this is a different error now. Parameters well fail, missing parameters in input. Instance IDs, unknown parameters, instance IDs. Actually, this is the IDS is small. That's what they're telling me. I entered the wrong parameter. So wherever I enter the wrong parameter, I have to enter the right parameter. So IDNS is small. Now let me rerun it. So instance IDs is not defined. Why it is telling me this? 1 minute. Actually, it should come up over there. Instance IDs. 1 minute. It should be in the response client. Whatever IDs I'm retrieving it. Instance IDs is equal to. Sorry, I removed the equal to here. Is instance ID. So let me run it, run it. Now it is starting the instance. You see, this instance OS1 will be started here, guys. So आप जाके अगर अभी चेक करोगे, इसको अभी ये शट डाउन था हमारे कोड पे रन करने से पहले. जैसे ही रिफ्रेश करोगे तो विल सी इट विल बी इन द रनिंग स्टेट. इवन दो इस इंस्टेंस को अभी ये पेंडिंग स्टेट में है, वापस इसको कोड को रन करेंगे तो इसका इंस्टेंस का स्टेट भी हमें पता चलेगा. इज नाउ रनिंग. सी, this is also, you can see from the dashboard also, it is now running. Likewise, we can create one more code to stop the instance also, right? So I want to create one more block of code which will stop the code instance for me. So let me create a multiple blocks here. Just adding bbb, maybe stop instance. So I'm creating a function name called stop underscore instances, and this code will technically take instance ID, whatever ID they have it. So after taking the ID, maybe the client, first thing is to connect the client. So every time I'm running this line, guys, because every time I have to tell my authentication here, what is, which service I'm using, which region I want to use it. So all those information we are passing it over here. Now I'm telling try, first thing is I want to retrieve the information. So likewise यहाँ पे हमने start instance use किया, यहाँ पे हमने describe instance use किया, यहाँ पे हमने run instance use किया. Likewise there is one more function available in EC2 client called stop instance. So EC2 में भी इसको हम store कर लेते हैं response नाम से. जो भी वैल्यू आएंगी वो इस रिस्पॉन्स नाम के वेरिएबल में स्टोर हो गए. तो EC2 के क्लाइंट के अंदर there is one function called stop instances. So stop instances again, इसको भी हमें exactly same है guys, same code है जो हमने यहाँ पे लिखा है, exactly same, just function will change, right? So let me change the function from this to this, right? So start, instead of start it will be stop function. Stop instances, whatever IDs they have, इसका state भी हम retrieve करेंगे, current state and their name. If something instance is now stop, whatever it is starting, it will become stop. और जो भी error आएगा could not stop, start की जगह पे stop होगा, and save this. So I'm telling this instance which is जो running right now, I'm copying their ID. तो ये instance का state हम यहाँ से भी check कर सकते, describe function को run कर लेते हैं, describe all instances. They're telling me run the code, this instance is running, so I copied their ID from here. I tell stop instance and I'm passing their ID, double inverted commas, pass the ID. So could not stop, error occurred when calling a stop operation, the instance IDs this does not exist. Actually this is the correct ID, so correct, did not copy it properly, might be the error. So extra space. So extra space. Stopped it. Maybe starting instances. Oh sorry. So response में हमने इसको stop में यहाँ पे starting instances दे दिया है. इसमें हमें stopping instances देखना है. stopping stopping instances entered described stop the instance is now stopping. अभी वापस रन करते हैं, is now stopping. After some time you will see it will stop. Still it is stopped. Right, so entire output we have done it over here with the help of the instance. Maybe I want two more functions, maybe reboot and terminate. I can give that also over here. So I want a reboot and terminate, so I can enter those values over here. So one more function. So अगर किसी को reboot करना है Python के कोड से तो हम reboot भी कर सकते हैं इंस्टेंस को. Same code, just a function name is changing. Maybe I'm writing a reboot underscore instance, here, and I'm giving the instance IDs. Go ID, whatever instance I want to reboot it. So I'm selecting their ID. Now client would be same line of code. Response would be different. Client is this. So let me write a try block. Try, always good practice, guys. Write a try block over there. So I'm telling EC2 client, there's one option called reboot underscore instances, and here I want to reboot the instance. So instance IDs and instance is this one. It requires one information, guys. Actually, this function, if you press shift and tab, you will see it requires some certain information from our side कि किस इंस्टेंस को रीबूट करना है, ये उसको डिटेल हमें मेंशन करनी होगी. So right now I'm telling this is the instance I want to reboot. So once I want to reboot it, I can print their value also, right? So I will tell technically print maybe f string reboot request send for instance and the instance ID, just like an instance underscore ID. That's it. If this is the case, they would go and do it. Otherwise, except block, if any error come up, maybe client error, right? Maybe I'm storing it as E. So print could f string here. F string could not reboot instance and the instance ID and whatever the error we had received. तो इसका error भी पास कर देते. तो ये जो error है वो हम यहाँ पे पास कर रहे हैं. That's it, guys. This reboot come up. Let me test quickly. Reboot instance. यही इंस्टेंस की आईडी यूज करते हैं क्विकली. तो स्टॉप है तो इंस्टेंस हमारा स्टॉप स्टेट में रहेगा. तो ये रिबूट कैसे होगा, एक बार उसको रनिंग स्टेट में होना चाहिए था. तो अब हम चेक करके देखते हैं. अगर ये स्टार्ट करके EC2 हैज नो एट्रीब्यूट reboot underscore instance, it is not instance, it is instance. Could not reboot and occurred when calling the river, cannot reboot this instance, this is currently in the stop state, right? तो इसको हमें पहले स्टार्ट करना होगा. तो हमने इसको स्टॉप इंस्टेंस से स्टॉप किया था. इसी इंस्टेंस को हम वापस स्टार्ट भी कर लेते हैं. स्टार्टेड इट, इसका स्टार्ट फंक्शन डिस्क्राइब ऑल इंस्टेंसेस. अब इसका स्टेट रनिंग है. अब इस इंस्टेंस को रीबूट करते हैं वापस. तो एक बार क्विकली रिफ्रेश करते हैं. तो रीबूट रिक्वेस्ट डिस्क्राइब ऑल इंस्टेंसेस. यू कैन सी हियर इट इज रनिंग. इवन दो रिक्वेस्ट सेंड हुई है रीबूट की, ये इंस्टेंस रीबूट हो चुका है. अब हम चाहते हैं गाइस वन लास्ट फंक्शन quickly, which is technically called, I want to create an instance to terminate something. So I want to terminate the block of code what the instance whatever I have created using boto3 as a library. तो यहाँ पे हम एक फंक्शन बना देते हैं, maybe terminate instance, and this instance will give us the instance ID. Instance ID will take it from whenever we'll use the this code. So I'll first take the client from here, copy the client ID. That's it. Let's first write a try block. So inside EC2 client, there is one function called terminate instance over here. Instances, terminate instances, multiple we are passing it. So I want to terminate all the instances. So I am also retrieving their IDs. तो जिस तरीके से हमने यहाँ पे इंस्टेंसेस में IDs पास की है, वैसे ही हम लोग यहाँ पे IDs पास करेंगे. सो ऑल द IDs whatever is required इसको टर्मिनेट करना है और इसका स्टेट भी स्टोर कर लेते हैं हम लोग. तो इंस्टेड ऑफ स्टार्टिंग स्टॉप रीबूट, जैसा हमने स्टेट पास किया था, इसका भी हम स्टेट स्टॉपिंग स्टेट की जगह पे टर्मिनेटिंग स्टेट. दैट्स इट. तो यहाँ स्टॉपिंग स्टेट, इंस्टेड ऑफ दिस वी हैव टर्मिनेटिंग स्टेट. I am retrieving their current state and entire information. And after this, I am going to just print the line as it is. So where I copied this line and except blocked also would be same. Copy it and paste it over here. So almost same code guys, but a different कीवर्ड आई एम यूजिंग इट बिकॉज ये सारे कीवर्ड्स AWS हमें प्रोवाइड कर रहा है. AWS के इसमें आप टैप की प्रेस करके ऑटो कंप्लीट कर सकते हो इसको. तो इंस्टेंस आईडी is now whatever their state is. So I'm telling this here, and if something happens, could not terminate instance and their instance name. So the instance which is running right now, or I want to terminate that instance. So I am copying this instance ID. I'm telling here terminate instance, and this is the ID, and run the term instance ID. So they're giving the error response is not defined. 1 minute. इसको हम रिस्पॉन्स वेरिएबल में स्टोर करना भूल गए. RESPONSE is equal to this one. Run it and see the instance is now shut down. तो ये रियल में भी यहाँ पे हो रहा है, देखो शटिंग डाउन हो रहा है, टर्मिनेट हो रहा है. So likewise, full entire block of code from terminating, from writing, from other things, all the parts we have retrieved it over here. Even though tons of other things, guys, we can apply filters also in this. Maybe upcoming session, I'll explain you how to apply the filters. But right now, the entire part we have done is we have launched the instance. And in this instance, we are maintaining their entire state. Let me quickly show you about filters also, guys. Very, very interesting. So if you want to filter some information from, I want to list only the running instances. So actually, I want to filter by their state. So जो भी इंस्टेंस अभी रनिंग है वही हमें चेक करना है, या जो इंस्टेंस अभी स्टॉप्ड है वही चेक करना है. So it's like a filter. It's showing me all the instances. Inside this, I want to apply a filter. So very interesting concept. It's like a where we can create our own dashboard, guys, of EC2 by just maybe if you know, guys, Streamlit or any other dashboards over here. So इन functions को run करवा सकते हैं हम लोग Streamlit में, maybe Gradio or Streamlit, any other library you know it. I can do it. So maybe one heading I'm giving it as a markdown called filters. Very important filters part, how to filter it all those values. So I'm using filters. Filters technically means, guys, अभी हमने सारे इंस्टेंस को डिस्क्राइब किया है. अब हम चाहते हैं कि ओनली हमें रनिंग इंस्टेंसेस यहाँ पे दिखे. So I'm running one code here called list. Running just function I'm creating running instances, right? And this function, maybe first thing is always the client. I'm copying this information. अब इस client में तो हम try block लिखेंगे. तो try block में first thing is inside EC2, इसको हम response में store कर देते हैं नाम के वेरिएबल में. EC2 client के अंदर क्या कोई फंक्शन ऐसा है जो डिस्क्राइब कर सकता है? डिस्क्राइब, let me find it out. DSCRIBE, describe. There is one function, guys, here. I know it. Describe, or maybe find it out. EC2 describe instances boto3 describe underscore instances. ये कीवर्ड है जो हमें हेल्प करता है सारे इंस्टेंस को डिस्क्राइब करने के अंदर. तो जो भी हमारा क्लाइंट है उसको हमें डिस्क्राइब अंडरस्कोर इंस्टेंसेस हम इसको यूज कर सकते हैं. तो डिस्क्राइब underscore instances. So all the response, whatever they are storing it, I want to retrieve it. अब इसके अंदर guys functions होते हैं, देखो यहाँ पे filters होते हैं. So you control F filters, control F filters. Is there an example of filters? Yeah, this is the example of filters. So हम यहाँ पे filter कर सकते हैं value, maybe name के हिसाब से, maybe उसकी value के हिसाब से, maybe uske whether it is running or not. So this is very, very interesting example. I'm using the same example here. So I'm telling here I want to filter. I am applying filters. I'm not making it in the multiple lines. I'm passing it in a single line. So I want a name जहाँ पे जो instance state है is a string. So inside name I want an instance state name. So instance state के नेम पे मुझे फिल्टर लगाना है द सिंपल वैल्यू, और उसमें से सिर्फ वही वैल्यूज दिखाना जहां पे इंस्टेंस जो है वो रनिंग है. Correct? Don't show me any other values. So I'm running this from here. I'm passing it in single line. So square bracket close, curly bracket close. Remove this comma, it's not required for us. And here the square bracket close. Right. So main parenthesis is not close. Let me close it in the end. So all the values हम retrieve कर रहे हैं इस filter के through. अब इस filter के ऊपर we can apply for loop. Maybe or maybe all the reservation as a variable. Whatever values we have inside the response variable में जितने भी value है उनका reservation में, inside the reservations there is one for loop again I want to apply. So for के अंदर for loop, nested for loop, instance underscore state, instances inside the reservation. इसके अंदर हम लोग instances mention कर देंगे, whatever values are stored of the instances. अब इसके ऊपर हम लोग for loop लगा देंगे, तो जो भी वैल्यू है इसको प्रिंट कर सकते हैं यहाँ पे क्विकली. तो इट्स जस्ट लाइक अ प्रिंट, आई एम डूइंग इट, प्रिंट मे बी इंस्टेंस, right? Inside this I want to retrieve the instance id, instance ids. Guys, it follows one specific characters. Every first characters is capital of a word. So I'm just adding one hyphen also. हम ऐड कर सकते हैं क्विकली, एक hyphen ऐड कर लेते हैं, hyphen, so it's like a separator. Maybe two hyphen also we can add, two or three hyphen, right? So just this is the value. So instance, this is the separator. Inside the instance I want to mention their state. So what is the state? उस state का हमें name चाहिए, तो first keyword always capital, name here. That's it. तो instance और इसका state का name, that's it. They will print it over here. Instance running, instance running, instance running. And I can write the except block. Except block will be the same in as over here. Except except client error maybe as e, and print f string maybe error on the e keyword, whatever is stored inside the e variable. Run it. Maybe let me run this code. If it is fine, I'll let any other come up. I'll run it. List running instances. Run the code. Though instance is running, so right now they are not showing me over here. So अगर इसको describe करेंगे all instances को, तो सब terminated है और ये stop है. तो ये web server को हम start करते हैं quickly. So इसका ID copy कर लेते हैं यहाँ से. Copying this ID. So I'm telling start instances. This instance started. Instance is now pending. List running instance. Abhi is running. See, it's like a ID. I am retrieving it of all the instances which is running. Same way, I want to find the instance which has the stop state. तो इसको क्विकली सेम कोड रहेगा, बस कुछ फंक्शन हम डिस्क्राइब में चेंज कर देंगे. सो लिस्ट रनिंग इंस्टेंसेस, आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग लिस्ट स्टॉप इंस्टेंसेस, स्टॉप्ड इंस्टेंसेस, राइट. तो अभी हमने इसको स्टॉप्ड इंस्टेंसेस को लिस्ट कर रहे हैं. एंड इनसाइड दिस फिल्टर इंस्टेंस सेट नेम, उसकी वैल्यू यहाँ पे स्टॉप हो जाएंगी. तो जहां पे भी वैल्यू स्टॉप है वो हम यहाँ पे फिल्टर कर रहे हैं. रेस्ट ऑल द कोड इज द सेम. रन इट. लेट मी रन लिस्ट स्टॉप्ड इंस्टेंसेस. सो कोई इंस्टेंस अभी स्टॉप नहीं है. अभी स्टॉप करते हैं इस इंस्टेंस को, तो इसी इंस्टेंस आईडी को कॉपी करते हैं क्विकली. ये रनिंग इंस्टेंस है, तो इतने सारे इंस्टेंसेस में से गाइस हम सिर्फ रनिंग इंस्टेंस की आईडी निकाल रहे हैं. तो हम इसको स्टॉप इंस्टेंस के थ्रू, so you can see I'm not going even to the AWS dashboard also. So instance is not stopping. अब इसको लिस्ट करते हैं stopped instance को. So I still stopping. Run it again. Run it again. Run it again. Run it again. This is still stopping. इसको हम चेक करते हैं. Is stopping. is now stopped list instances, तो ये stopped हो गया. जैसे ही stop हुआ automatically we can go and find it out over here, right? So very interesting part. हम इसको multiple filters लगा सकते हैं different use case के साथ in this case. Now what I want, guys, in all these instances I want to create one menu. So technically I am running one while loop. While equal to true, what will happen? It will print one menu. So let me create one menu function quickly here. Print triple inverted commas, just like a menu. I'm creating it here. Pipe symbol, pipe symbol, pipe symbol. Tons of things we can do it. So enter, enter, enter. And here I'm passing some hyphen. It's just like a box I'm creating, guys, quickly. आप लोग भी चाहो तो इसको create कर सकते हो. So in this case, what I'm telling, this is tab key is not working. I know why. Space, space, space. Welcome to AWS EC2 management project. Enter. Sorry, not enter. Next line. One more new line. You can manage entire AWS EC2 instance from here. Just like a line, I'm printing it, guys, quickly. Space like a extra spaces. Something. Now here, all the things. First option for list. So writing from start. So first from start launch instance. पहला function launch instance का launch launch instance name as Boto3 Amazon Linux. Second option. Second option क्या था हमारा? Oh, let me cross check. Launch get describe all instance. So see all instance. So maybe describe all instances. Maybe fourth function क्या है हमारा? लॉन्च हो गया, डिस्क्राइब इंस्टेंस हो गया, फिर हमने यहाँ पे किया था स्टार्ट इंस्टेंस. स्टार्ट है, फिर स्टॉप है, फिर रीबूट है और फिर टर्मिनेट है. तो स्टार्ट, स्टॉप, रीबूट, टर्मिनेट. So start instances, fourth maybe start stop, stop instances, instance INSTANCE, और फिफ्थ वन था रीबूट. रीबूट लास्ट वन में भी टर्मिनेट कर देते हैं. अदरवाइज आप कैन ऐड मल्टीपल फिल्टर्स वाला पार्ट आल्सो यू कैन ऐड इट. आई वांट टू ऐड इट राइट नाउ. So to make it a little bit quicker, so terminate instance. Let's add that also, nothing big deal. Terminate instance. Then till terminate instance we have come a list running instance and list stop instance. So one list running instances list stop instance. Right, so just like a values I'm passing it. Let me close it here only. So pipe symbol, maybe in this also, let me remove it from here. It will become a little bit quicker. just like a box I'm creating, guys. This will look little bit better. So just for making it little bit better, I'm adding it here, just like a UI UX part. Now after this, it becomes like a box, and this box we will decide what to do over here. For my case, let me quickly complete this here. Otherwise, you guys can make it maybe GUI or GUI also आप लोग बना सकते हो इसका. There are multiple graphical libraries also, guys. One of the very best example is Streamlit dashboard. तो आप इसका खुद का डैशबोर्ड custom AWS cloud from where you can manage everything on the top of AWS. You can do it. Let me quickly do it till here right now. So I'm just adding in one last line. So let me close it. So almost done. I print it. It looks nice over here like this. So I'm just creating a menu function. इसको हम एक टैब की से इंडेंट कर लेते हैं एंड टैब की से इंडेंट इसको हम फंक्शन दे देते हैं मे बी मेनू एंड रन इट. सॉरी, कोलन रन इट. अब हम जैसे ही मेनू को कॉल करेंगे ऑटोमेटिकली ऑटोमेटिकली it will go and print this menu over here. Now what I want in this case is uh, guys, just 1 second please. So now what I want, guys, in this case, this is actually the menu created. Now inside the while loop, I can tell true. While it is true, it will print the menu. One thing I forgot, maybe exit wala part. So in 9, I will take it for exit. So menu will print and I'll take the input from the user. So maybe choice नाम से दे देते हैं इसको. Choice is equal to input. इसकी वैल्यू आप इंटीजर या स्ट्रिंग जो भी स्टोर करना चाहते हो. Enter what you want to do. Right, so just a value, it will take it, and I'm write the condition. If choice is equal to 1, do one thing, describe a launch instance. So launch instance function को क्या चाहिए, कुछ input चाहिए क्या, नहीं चाहिए. तो हम इस launch function को यहाँ से copy करेंगे, इसको quickly यहाँ पे call कर देंगे. This will run launch instance. If sorry, elif choice is equal to 2, I want to describe all instance. So describe all instance function को हम call कर देंगे. elif अगर choice is equal to 3, तो यहाँ हमें इंस्टेंस आईडी लेनी होंगी. तो input function, it will take the value and store instance underscore id नाम से input, enter instance id to start. राइट, जैसे ही आईडी एंटर करेगा यूजर, ये स्टार्ट इंस्टेंस को यहाँ कॉल करेगा और उसको यहाँ पे इंस्टेंस का आईडी दे देगा. दैट्स इट, ये इंस्टेंस स्टार्ट हो जाएगा. elif choice is equal to 4, it will stop the instance. तो इस choice 3 पे हमने स्टार्ट किया, सेम एग्जैक्टली सेम वे आई एम स्टॉपिंग ऑल्सो. सो स्टॉप इंस्टेंसेस, इसके अंदर हमने सॉरी इंस्टेंस अंडरस्कोर आईडी. elif choice is equal to 5, सो रीबूट द इंस्टेंस, तो अगेन इंस्टेंस का आईडी चाहिए होगा. So it's copying two times. This is the ID. I want to tell stop instance हो गया. फिर उसके बाद क्या था? Reboot instance. So reboot instance and I'm giving them the instance ID. So type to reboot. Likewise, LF choice is equal to 6. So 6 choice पे क्या था? Terminate instance. So फिर terminate करने हमें ID चाहिए होंगी. तो हम यहाँ पे मेंशन कर देंगे कि इंस्टेंस आईडी एंटर इंस्टेंस आईडी टू टर्मिनेट. और यहाँ पे हमारा टर्मिनेट फंक्शन आ जाएगा. टर्मिनेट इंस्टेंस, दैट्स इट. elif, सो ऑल द फंक्शंस क्रिएटेड गाइस अर्लियर, अब उसको हम यहाँ पे कॉल करेंगे. सारे फंक्शंस को कॉल करेंगे. गुड पार्ट इज वी डोंट हैव टू क्रिएट इट अगेन नाउ. लिस्ट रनिंग इंस्टेंसेस, तो इसका जो फंक्शन है ये, इसको भी डायरेक्टली हम कॉल कर सकते हैं. यहाँ पे सिर्फ इनपुट नहीं रिक्वायर्ड है. तो इफ चॉइस इज 7, लिस्ट द रनिंग इंस्टेंसेस. मे बी लिस्ट स्टॉप इंस्टेंसेस, तो यहाँ पे हमें स्टॉप इंस्टेंसेस को भी डायरेक्टली कॉल कर सकते हैं. तो यहाँ पे मेंशन कर देंगे elif choice is equal to 8, run this instance. elif choice exactly equal to 9, then I want to break it. So while loop break हो जाएगा. Else print enter valid option from 1 to 9. That's it. So I run this code and see what do you want to do. I want to describe all the instances. So two values, ये output यहाँ पे describe कर दिया है सारे instances को. Again to the main menu, what do you want to do? Do you want to list the running instances? So I press 7. So I've given the instance. So actually गलत call कर दिया. 7 पे हमने list running instance करना चाहिए था. तो ये stop क्यों बता रहा है यहाँ पे? 9 प्रेस करते हैं क्विकली, चेक करते हैं कहाँ पे हमने गड़बड़ कर दी. 7 प्रेस किया तो ये रनिंग बताना चाहिए था. ये स्टॉप स्टॉप कर दिया हमने 2 बार. तो लिस्ट लिस्ट रनिंग इंस्टेंसेस, save it. Now show me 7. So there is no running instances available, that is why they have not given any output. So let me 8, let me stop instances. So there is only one instances which is stopped. और डिस्क्राइब कर लेते हैं सारे इंस्टेंसेस को. तो 2 से हम डिस्क्राइब करते हैं. तो दीज आर ऑल द इंस्टेंसेस विच आर इन टर्मिनेट स्टेट, स्टार्ट स्टेट, स्टॉप स्टेट. लेट मी लॉन्च द इंस्टेंस ऑल्सो. सो 1 एंटर, they will launch the instance. They have given this instance launch. Let me cross check, list all the running instances. 7. So you can see this instance is running. Good part is it is all happening guys on your dashboard. See, this instance is running. Now what I want to list, maybe I want to stop the instance. So I'm telling 4, they're asking me for ID, I am pasting the ID, enter. So what is the output is now stopping. Let me go and cross check, it is stopping. So everything automate here with the help of Boto3 as a library in our case. Okay, so this is one thing we have done it. So pure automation guys, full automation happening with the help of Python as a programming language. That is the main use case, main power of the Boto3 happening inside our system. So let me click on 9 and it will show me that this is the exit part. The entire code will be exited over here. Right, so this will be exited, and let me cross check the instance is stopped or not. So it is now stopped. So a good part is entire thing is done from our side. It's very advanced part technically. We don't go much deep dive into this topic, but just I want to show you guys over here. Slowly, we guys will go and build very, very interesting practicals over here, guys. Likewise, which we created it over here. Okay. So that's it from my side, guys. I highly recommend practice this concept and post this on the LinkedIn. And you guys can tag me. You guys can tag Linux World. You guys can tag Vimal Sir, any one of them, so that we come to know, and all the connections who are been inside with us, like many HRs, many of the technical professionals are already a part of our connections, so they will also see your post. And I've seen slowly many people receive a better option of job also. They offer them some job, they offer them some another option also. So internship and jobs, I've seen it. If you guys tag Vimal sir, there are many HR, CEOs, CTOs available. So I highly recommend tag him, tag Linux World, and it will reach to all our alumni, all our students, and all the managers who are associated with us. Okay. Any questions anybody has, you guys can ask me. Very interesting project, guys. It's more like a pure automation we have done it, but it's like tons of thing you guys can go and do it over there in the near future also. So it's just like one thing. You guys can add tons of other projects parts over here also. Let me quickly save my notebook and just give me 1 second. Let me push the code also here. So this is the same directory where my Jupyter notebook is running. So I'm just stopping it for a second, and let me git add dot, and let me commit git commit, maybe a hyphen message as day 6, and maybe git push. So this code will be pushed on my GitHub repository. You guys can go and get this entire code over there. Okay. Any questions? Anybody has it, guys, can ask me in the chat box, in the live chat. Comments, you don't have to put it right now, guys. Don't have to mark your attendance right now. After the we complete with the live stream, and then you have to comment it, and there you guys have to go and to see it. So I am seeing my screen from where you guys can message me here. I am checking your all the messages here. Any questions anybody has? Guys in the live chat, you guys can put us over here. Akash, it is just EC2 automation. We have seen it. Now SNS, S3, and tons more other things are already there. So as soon we proceed more together, we'll do tons more thing inside it over here. Guys, any questions if you have, can ask me in the live chat. I am checking your live chat now. No worries. It will be updated, guys, on our LMS portal. So you guys can already have the access. Everyone, you guys can go and check the notes, which is available on lms.hash13.com. No worries. My team has already shared you the link. I'll ask my team; they will reshare it again if it is required. डे 5 का भी अपडेट कर दिया है यहाँ पे यश कुमार. अभी आप चेक करोगे गिटहब को, तो यू विल गेट द डे 5 नोट्स ऑल्सो ओवर देयर. So it's available. आप चेक कर सकते हो. GitHub. I have just pushed the code. Day 5, day 6, everything is there. One very much mistake. Let me do one thing. By chance, I pushed my. Make sure you guys ask me in the live chat. How to create account on AWS? महक आप AWS पे my team has already shared one video. आप उसको check कर सकते हो. You can go step by step, follow it, and can create the account. Manav is saying amazing session today. I have learned about EC2 instance type, launching EC2 instances and managing them effectively. Thank you for the clear explanation. My pleasure, Manav. It was an amazing session today. Thank you, Nitai Thakur. Abhinav is saying today's session was extraordinary and I learned things like learning about the EC2 instance, and it was amazing to actually learn about AWS cloud services. Looking for more sessions to come. Definitely Abhinav, अभी just हमने EC2 देखा है. Tons of other things we are going to see it in the next part. So as soon we proceed, we have 2-3 more practicals, which would be very, very amazing. Sashank is saying get instance name, if not tags return NA. Uh, what is Sashank, आप कोड यहाँ पे पेस्ट कर रहे हो? If you want any specific part, you can ask me. चिराग, अगर आप फर्स्ट टाइम लर्न कर रहे हो, यू माइट फाइंड इट डिफिकल्ट, बट इट्स ओके. अगर आप इसमें से 5 to 10% भी लर्न कर पा रहे हो, इट इज मोर देन इनफ फॉर नाउ, राइट? सो इवन इनफैक्ट इफ यू विल गो एंड रीवॉच द सेशन अगेन, तो धीरे धीरे आपको ये समझ में आ जाएगा. Kritika's for Streamlit, I'm not sure, but yeah, let me check if we can add Streamlit also. That would be really great. Okay, so that's it, guys, from my side for the day. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you guys in the next session. Bye, take care, and good day. But I highly recommend, guys, whatever you guys are learn it, create a beautiful post of it, and post it on the LinkedIn. Okay, that's it from my side, guys. Thank you everyone for joining. Have a great day, and see you guys in the next session. Bye, take care, and good day, everyone, guys. It, and the form is open now, so guys can quickly mark your attendance. So guys, don't make sure that you mark your attendance in next 30 minutes, but form will close by 7 p.m. So make sure you mark your attendance, and that's it from my side. See you in the next session, guys, tomorrow at sharp 4:15 p.m. Okay, that's it. Bye bye, take care, and see you in the next session.